all roads lead to UFC 288 this weekend. Crazy co-main event. Gilbert Burns against Belal, remember the name, Muhammad.
I'm ready to go. Kush got me low. Finish the drink up, take the show on the road. I got plenty to show. Why your vibe is so low? Whisper in your ear, let my tongue touch your soul.
Back in the building, you know who it is. It's Jayo, and before anything, please subscribe, please like. This Saturday night is gonna be fireworks. You have Muhammad against Burns, both guys needing a win to get the next title shot. You know Leon Rocky Edwards is the man at the top. He has the strap in the welterweight division, and he's gonna scrap Covington next. Why does he have a title shot? Because he's one of Dana's favorites, and you know how that goes. He picks and chooses who are the guys he wants to fight the champions. Doesn't make sense because Covington lost to Usman twice. Meanwhile, Rocky already crushed Usman 2 times in a row, back to back. We all remember the first one, that nasty head kick. Not surprisingly, he's a UK man, so they love their footy. Had Usman knocked out. Boy went to sleep. But these two guys, Burns and Muhammad, they have 2 common opponents that they both beat, Damian Maia and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. But I have to give the edge to Burns when it comes to resume, because he is the only guy to fight Hamzat, who's basically the boogeyman at 170 and 185. He can go up and down in weight, and he took him to the distance. He went all 3 rounds, and he's also the only guy to hurt him. So you have to appreciate his guts. Not everyone wants to take that risk, but he got rewarded. He fought Masvidal recently in UFC 287, and now he's fighting again. So less than a month of rest, but that's how badly he wants that strap. And he even mentioned in the presser after that fight, oh, I'm willing to leave the UFC if I don't get a title shot. And unfortunately he doesn't have it right now, but all he has to do is take care of business, and he's gonna be up next. He already fought Usman and unfortunately came up short, but he's done the work to get back to the point where he can see if he can lift that strap, put it around his shoulder, because that is what they all want to do. They want to touch the pinnacle. And I have to say, welterweight is the most stacked division, up there with bantamweight. Bantamweight is on fire also. But we're going to stick at 170. Belal Muhammad, remember the name, has been unbeaten in 9 straight fights. Shows you that he is down to fight whoever. And he also is really good on the ground. He didn't even beat Sean Brady, a guy that came into UFC undefeated, looking like a biker, tatted from his neck to his toes. He took him out on the feet. But in that camp, Belal strictly worked on ground game, so it just shows you how versatile he is. He was training with Habib, that camp, and you know what Habib and Islam do to people on the ground. They just maul them. These guys scrap bears. So he was surrounded by greatness, and he did have a fight with Rocky Edwards, but that was before he was the champ. Unfortunately, it ended in a no contest because Rocky poked Belal in the eye and it swelled up so bad he couldn't see out of it. So he didn't continue with the fight, and I respect that. A lot of people probably giving it because, oh, you're a UFC fighter, oh, you're already in the cage, might as well finish what you started. But what's the point? They should have ran that fight back. I don't know why they didn't. Again, what's the point of fighting when you could only see out one eye say you take the L, your stock's gonna plummet. And it's not like he is a huge name who could take a L and then get a title shot the next fight or the next 2 fights. He has 9-fight unbeaten streak and still doesn't have a title shot. You gotta have respect in this game. And again, he's another guy that wanted Colby's head. He was looking for Colby at UFC 287, but he was nowhere to be found because Colby was talking smack to the legendary John Anik. You know what happens when Colby gets in some trouble outside of the cage. He's gonna call boy Masvidal. Already dealt with him. Yeah, if you don't have that clout, if you're not a champ like Francis or Mighty Mouse, then you might as well stay in the UFC, because those guys, they left, but they have that clout. They've been champions. So it's not easy, a lot of decision making, but you just have to think wisely. And I think they did make the right decision to stay, and now they're gonna settle it in the octagon. Belal Muhammad, again, great on his feet. He's a pressure fighter, and Gilbert Burns is a pressure fighter. And Gilbert Burns on the ground is good too. He finished Neil Magny on the ground. And I see this scrap being like a Yuri Glover scrap. And y'all seen that one. That was ridiculous. Absolutely bananas. Both guys were leaking. Both guys got strikes on the feet. Both guys were doing great with the ground and pound. I could see that being one of those types of fights. And I haven't even spoke about the main event between Triple C and Aljo yet. Just shows you how crazy that this co-main event is. I definitely think with Triple C being out for so long, this co-main event is going to be the better of the 2 fights. I cannot wait. I know people are going to be in the building. I'm not sure if Rocky will. He's going to do his scouting because I'm pretty sure he's going to make light work of Colby. So he's going to have his eyes on this scrap. I have to pick, kind of putting me in a corner, but that's what we're here to do. I'm here to make my picks. I'm here to inform y'all. I'm here to give y'all the rundown. And I got Belal, remember the name. He is going to be next in line, and he is going to want that strap. I think he goes the distance with Burns. You can't finish these guys. Burns and Muhammad, they're just too well-rounded. And I cannot wait for this scrap. It's going to be Saturday. I'm going to be lit watching this. Let's go. You already know who it is. Jayo. Talk to y'all next.